Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to give you guys a gift giving guide for your favorite gardener. I'm sure most of you at this point have heard of supply issues for this upcoming holiday season. So I wanted to go ahead and get this video out for anyone seeking something for their favorite gardener. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing I have on this list is for you guys that aren't really big gift givers and you prefer gift cards. Most of us gardeners would absolutely love a gift card for seeds. One of my absolute favorite websites to get seeds from is Botanical Interest, and they actually do gift cards. So if that is kind of up your alley, definitely do that. I don't know a single gardener that wouldn't personally love a gift card for seeds. So put that on your list. So next up on my list is a personal favorite of mine, and it is the Growoya. So if you've never seen these before, it's a terracotta little vessel here. Let me pull one out. You stick these inside the ground up to about here. You fill them with water, and these actually will water your plants for you. They have so many amazing benefits, including just less watering and also less water waste. So they do come in 3 sizes. They come in this small here, which fits a 2x2 area, or it waters a 2x2 area. The medium does a 3x3 area, and then the larges here do a 4x4 area. I personally love the larges because most of my garden beds in my garden obviously are 8x4s. So if I have 2 of the larges, I'm able to water a whole 8x4 area by itself. Throughout this summer, I really noticed I only had to fill them up maybe 2 to 3 times a week, and that was in the dead of summer, so keep that in mind. But if you have someone that travels often and they also love to garden, I personally think this is a really great gift. It saves so much on water, saves time. Really, I just think it's a really great gift to give a gardener and highly recommend. If that seems up your alley, this might also be up your alley. It's terracotta stakes. This will also do really well for anyone who loves house plants. But what you do is you put these terracotta stakes right beside your plants, and you can actually use beer bottles, wine bottles, any type of long neck bottle to help water. I found great success in these this year, especially with my sunflowers. I would put one of these right beside each one of my sunflowers, and they did absolutely amazing. I actually made a video comparing one sunflower to the other. The only difference was I watered one with the terracotta stake and the other one I didn't. And the one I had with the terracotta stake did so much better. Same with the Oyas. So going back to the Oyas and also these terracotta stakes, I feel like they're kind of like in that same category there. So when plants are allowed to access water themselves and have that perfect watering, they tend to do a lot better. So I really highly recommend these for anyone. I think it's a really great addition to the garden. So number 4 on my list is something I get asked about all the time, and it is my harvest basket. So get someone a really nice harvest basket. My sister actually got me this 3 years ago. I think for either my birthday or for Christmas, but it has been used so many times. I love it because it has this mesh, well, it's not really mesh, but it's this screening here. I can wash stuff off while I'm outside before I bring any of the produce in. I honestly love this. I wish I actually had multiples. Now that my garden's gotten so big, I actually probably need multiples of these. I will say I cannot find the direct link to this one, but I will link a few down below that are just like this in the same amount of quality. But a great harvest basket will definitely go to good use. Okay, so number 5 is nice seed starting equipment, and I will actually link my one video I made toward the beginning of the year on everything I use for seed starting, but I did want to mention these trays here. So these trays here are from Bootstrap Farmer. I love these. These are very durable. They are hefty. They hold up to 25 pounds, so they're not flimsy like traditional seed starting trays. And honestly, I find these an absolute must because I start so many seeds. Another thing I think is really nice to have on hand is a soil blocker. So, fly ran into my face. So a soil blocker is really great for anyone that likes to reduce their plastic, especially when it comes to seed starting. I find this really, really handy. It's just a really nice tool to have. So if you have a gardener that seed starts, definitely suggest getting them some nice seed starting equipment, and definitely check out everything Bootstrap Farmer has on their website. They have so many really nice, unique things. They have colorful ones and all sorts of stuff. And there's actually another thing I will mention from them here toward the end. Another thing you can't go wrong with is nice garden tools. So my mom and my sister actually invested in some really awesome tools for me last year. I don't even think this is all of them. I just grabbed what I could. So these are the Burby garden tools. These are very high quality, nice garden tools. These are going to literally last me a complete lifetime. They are such good quality and you honestly cannot go wrong. They have ones that you can buy individually or you can buy an entire set. My family bought me the entire set, which I'm very thankful for. Honestly, you can't go wrong with nice garden tools. It took me forever. I mean, I didn't even invest in these. My family invested in these, but I probably wasn't going to invest in them. And I am so happy I have these. The next thing I have is a new planter, or even cloth planters for that matter. So when I was speaking of Bootstrap Farmer, they have these really awesome cloth planters. They have these ones that are all sorts of colors. They have bigger ones that are like 4x4. I have it over there in my garden area. I'm sure you've seen it on a few videos before. They are such good quality, especially way better quality than the ones I've purchased beforehand. These are going to last so long and I love them. Cloth planters are great because they are a cheaper addition and you can plant so many things in them. And if you just want to buy a nice planter, honestly, planters aren't the cheapest thing, and having nice planters is so nice to have. And honestly, it's something I personally don't like to invest in unless I absolutely have to. So I think that's a really good thing to mention. So next up on my list is garden decor, which I personally don't have much of, nor do I really like to have much in my garden just because I have a small space. But there are a lot of gardeners out there that love stuff like this. I do have this cute little sign here that says "Grow Damn It." I believe this is off of Etsy. They have some really cute like rustic signs like this, but even things like wood chimes or like stepping stones, stuff like that, a lot of gardeners absolutely love, so definitely keep that in mind. So next up is things to help them preserve their harvest. So I have an herb hanger that I absolutely adore that's very affordable. Also a dehydrator is a really good option, or if you want to like ball out, get them like a pressure canner or stuff that involves canning. Some of that stuff can be a little bit more expensive, but it's also a really good option for anyone that's really expanding their garden and want to dive into that world of preserving. Another item I have on my list that for anyone who's expanding their garden, definitely suggest. I've talked about this probably 1,000,001 times, but it's my galvanized steel garden beds. Especially this time of year, the price drops on them. I know my mom gifted me one last Christmas. It's definitely been used, and I have now invested in, I think, like 12 of them. I have 12 of them throughout this garden space now. That's how much I think they are great, affordable, awesome option for gardening. I think they're all around great. So anyone who needs a garden bed, invest in that. So all of this stuff I use all the time and I absolutely personally adore. I'm sure if you're not new here, you've probably heard me talk about all of these items beforehand. There are a few things I personally don't own that I also think would make great garden gifts that I wanted to lightly mention. So things like nice garden markers. If you look on Etsy and type in garden markers, there are some beautiful garden markers and they would last so well compared to the ones you just write on. A lot of the times I do that and those get lost. I don't know why. I've never invested in good garden markers, but I think that's really awesome to have. Another thing is a green stalk. So I personally don't have one, but anyone that has a small garden space would totally benefit from this. I will definitely post like a little picture here or something like that. But those they look so handy and amazing, and I've known so many gardeners and homesteaders that really hype them up and talk about them, so I wanted to mention that. Another thing I personally really want, but I've never invested in yet, is a worm farm, because you can create your own worm castings and it also acts as a compost system for anyone that wants to get into composting. And then another thing I will probably be investing in before next year is a nice garden stool. So the ones that wheel around or even ones that you can kneel, there are so many different garden stools and I've never invested in one, but now that my garden's gotten so big, I definitely think it's time to do so. Either way, I hope this gives you guys a lot of good ideas for your favorite gardener for this upcoming holiday season. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. One thing I think I did forget to mention is these Oyas here finally went back on pre-order as of Friday. So I believe they would ship out before the holidays. Don't count me on that. They've had a lot of delays getting them back in stock, but pre-orders have officially started. These sold out so fast this year. I believe they sold out by May. So you couldn't even buy one up until this point. But if this struck your eye, definitely go get on that pre-order list. Either way, guys, I will see you guys all next week. Bye.